But let's not move away from the biggest story of the day today, which the whole world is talking about. The largest elections in the world announced. In 2014, it's getting bigger. Let me put a brief synopsis and Navika can take us through the synopsis. We have 9 phases. When does it start and how does it continue? Navika, take us through the phases. We'll put the we'll put the graphics out.
The election.
Vinod Mehta.
Diverted the whole attention of, is there a conspiracy theory here that today, when the biggest election in the world has been announced, that this incident has happened?
Well, certainly I do not believe anything happens without planning and warning, and everybody is sort of milking the present situation for their own political advantage. The question is that both sides should not be allowed to.
Yeah.
If the Chief Election Commissioner is watching this tonight, he should immediately intervene instead of pretending that he cannot. Navika, tell us about the phases of the election.
In fact, the Chief Election Commissioner spoke to me some time ago and said exactly that. They're seeking reports of all these incidents because that's not the beginning they want to these elections. This morning he announced, he didn't call it phases of polls, but 9 days of polling that he said. The first day of polling is 7th of April. It goes on the 9th, on the 10th, 12th of April. And the last day of polling is on the 12th of May. Counting will be done on the 16th of May. So we will have a new government, hopefully a majority government on the 16th of May. And we'll know who the Prime Minister will be, unless, of course, we have a fractured mandate. And once again, we have a situation where a cobbling up of parties really begins. 16th of May is the day when India should have the biggest democratic elections. In an election where 10 crore new voters have been added on, a new government will be chosen on the 16th of May.
Okay, joining in on the debate, Mehboob Beg of the NC, Naresh Gujral of the Akali Dal. We have Mr. Kesavan of the Congress Party, and of course Piyush Goyal stays with us. Let's go to you, Naresh Gujral. Election dates announced in terms of leadership. 30 days to tango for the elections, and then 40 days of the elections. As far as leadership is concerned, how do you think both sides are poised? Is your side weak? Would you begin by assuming that your side, without a leader of the UPA, but the leader of the Congress being Rahul Gandhi, is weak?
Well, we are very lucky that we have no contest at all. The leadership of the UPA is a laughing stock today in the country. So in that sense, we have a huge advantage when it comes to leadership. And the second point is that Congress will try very hard and the UPA will try very hard to make this into a secular versus communal divide. But the real issue today is the economy, its growth, its control of the rising prices, and its control over crony capitalism as well as corruption.
Well, Mr. Naresh Gujral, thanks for your opening remarks. Mr. Kesavan already raised his hand there. Yes, Mr. Kesavan.
The Election Commissioner announced, the detailed schedule. Arnab, he very specifically said there are 10 crore new voters, and he said most of them would be young. Then there was a purported debate saying that because all of them are young, will they gravitate towards Rahul Gandhi ji? And because of the age factor, will it affect Narendra Modi? I don't think the age factor will affect Narendra Modi ji, but I think the problem is not his age, but the age of his ideas, and the age of the ideas of the RSS and the age of the ideas of the BSP, which are trying to take us back to the dark ages. The elderly gentleman talked about secularism, and Ravi Shankar Prasad ji was mentioning, he talked about secularism as a card. And when they talk about minority communities, they compare them to puppies. Secularism is a fundamental ethos, it's the core of India. So let us not trivialize it. And let me come back to one important point here.
We're talking about leadership. Why are you moving to secularism very comfortably? Are you uncomfortable with talking about leadership? Mr. Kesavan, each time anybody talks about leadership, you take sucker under secularism. We'll talk about secularism at 10 o'clock. It seems you're on a losing wicket as far as secularism is concerned.
First, it was called the NDA, National Democratic Alliance. There is no democracy. Today, there was a news item that said that when a meeting happened on February 27th, Mr. Advani had said, somebody remarked that Rahul ji has said, Mr. Narendra Modi is making it a one-man show. When they said they should counter it, Advani ji had said, Rahul ji is right. So, National Democratic Alliance, by forcing Mr. Modi, has become National Development Alliance, which they touted to be. I want you to give me a minute to just explain and puncture this National Development Alliance. And they say that they want to replicate Gujarat's model in India. I want you to go to September 16th, where a 2-bench High Court headed by Bhaskar Bhattacharya, the Chief Justice of Gujarat, and Mr. J.D. Pardiwala said 90% of the roads in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, are not even functional. Is this the growth story you want to replicate? Let me give you one more example. There is this, it was a very good development. There was this gentleman called Chenoy Goyal.
And what about the scams of this week? What about the scams of this week? And let me show the picture of the day. Let me show the picture of the day. Let's see if the Congress representative has a response to the picture of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, the political picture of the day. Pavan Verma, welcome. Gaurav, Bhatia, welcome. I think the political picture of the day is, without doubt, the picture of, the great warmth shown between Ashok Chavan and Rahul Gandhi. That picture must not be missed. Don't shake your head out there. I know it embarrasses you deeply, Mr. Kesavan. I know you have no response. I know when I will show those pictures out there, which I will do in just a minute, it will remind you of what Rahul Gandhi had said. What had Rahul Gandhi said about Ashok Chavan? We will take action. What did Rahul Gandhi promise? We will bring forth a new kind of the Congress party. We will act against Ashok Chavan. I don't agree against the protection the state government is giving to Ashok Chavan. And where does it all land up? Gaurav, Bhatia, where does it land up? It lands in this moment. Can you tell Mr. Kesavan what in your view? Okay, Mr. Naresh Gujral is coming in. Yes, Mr. Gujral.
Will you also show pictures of congressmen massacring Sikhs on the streets of Delhi? That is what they mean by secularism. I hope you will also show those pictures.
Why don't you show a picture with the Yedurappa coming back?
Why? Gaurav Bhatia, yes.
Yeah, I think, Arnab, the earlier debate also highlighted a grave concern for the nation. And I think, these two parties, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, which offer themselves as an alternate to the nation, have failed miserably. And I think terms like hooliganism, Gundaism is so very evident in their deeds now. The frustration is out in the open. And now another height of hypocrisy is that somebody in the Congress who is supposedly leading from the front and trying to set an example, but he doesn't set an example when it comes to actually taking action. He is in fact seen with these people, and these very parties then come out in the open and they preach lessons of harmony, of, anti-corruption crusaders. Where are these leaders now? Is Mr. Kejriwal today not answerable to tell the nation why his workers are indulging in such hooligan acts? I think this is the time when he should come and voice his opinion. I think, it is a very unfortunate day when BJP as well as Aam Aadmi Party as well as the Congress are indulging in such deeds, which is shaking the very confidence in them.
Pulled up by his father yesterday. You're not in a strong position to talk about leadership in any case, the Samajwadi Party, but I don't necessarily want to just put you in a weak spot on that. As far as leadership is concerned, it is abject and misleading the Samajwadi Party up to the point
it is unfortunate,
where a chief minister has to be pulled up by his father almost like an errant child is.
Please bear with me.
I'm not balancing out here. I'm just telling you the facts.
Please bear with me.
Pavan Verma, what do the pictures of Rahul Gandhi with Ashok Chavan indicate as far as the whole leadership issue is concerned?
I am aware of the facts.
Arnab,
but allow me to complete myself. The only thing that I want to say is that there are issues related to Samajwadi Party and we discuss them. But then when there are other issues that are shown on your television, I think we are entitled to speak about those parties and their true colors. At that time, you getting another ancillary issue which has been discussed earlier is not being fair to my party. So today I think, we should discuss what has been shown on your screen.
Which issue? You want to go back to the Kejriwal?
You've invited and I have discussed those issues.
Okay, so you want to go back to the Kejriwal? No, so you want to go back to the Kejriwal BJP fight?
Yes, I want to go back to them.
But you want to talk about
I want to go back to them because they are showing their true colors tonight. They have shown how they have behaved like goons, and I think now from
and
now onwards,
the harsh language that you use for the Samajwadi Party, beating up doctors and indulging in complete Gundaism in Uttar Pradesh.
Hear me out.
Anyway, let the BJP respond. I think your question is aimed at the BJP. I think your question is clearly aimed at the BJP, and I'll give them a chance to respond because you asked them 3 times.
Same harsh words.
So, Gaurav Bhatia goes back to today's incident and basically puts the focus back on you. Piyush Goyal, your response to him?
It's not a focus on me. It's either a focus on the anarchy of the Aam Aadmi Party or the rules of model code of conduct, which I think apply to all parties uniformly. We respect the Election Commission and our democratic system. If Samajwadi Party does not respect it, let them answer for it. But clearly today the Aam Aadmi Party exceeded all limits of decency. They have attacked our office with stones and pelted our young girls and women leaders who are inside. I think it's time now for the nation to sit back and see the kind of leadership that all these parties are throwing before the people. You have on the one hand an immature leader. So you have a leader who refuses to become a leader.
So going
you have
back
a leader who says he believes in ideas.
No, going back to the issue.
Of progress.
So fine. So we
judge them. You should judge them.
You have a set of leaders who want to create some
party,
which
and
is
you
by
should
itself
condemn
a
in the
failed
strongest
front.
words possible.
And you have only one tall leader.
That's the only request I'm making.
Mr. Narendra Modi, who provides vision to the country.
If we are going to talk about leadership, let's be frank. Mehboob Beg, why does Sharad Pawar think Rahul Gandhi is a weak leader? Why does Sharad Pawar think Rahul Gandhi is a weak leader? Will this not impact even your party,
Arnab,
Mr. Beg?
You asked that question to Sharad Pawar, not to Mehboob Beg, who belongs to National Conference. I can tell you anything you...
He's an ally of the Congress, and so are you.
Of course,
Look how you're dodging it.
I can answer for my own party,
clearly,
but I can't answer for his party.
Clearly dodging it. So why can't you answer it? You have any doubts on Rahul Gandhi's leadership?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So Rahul Gandhi is a strong leader?
Of course. What is the problem? Because Arnab, the problem is that you have concluded
why was he described as a weak leader by the NCP?
Gone on the counting day and you have come out with the results.
No, I haven't, but I'm keeping in mind the fact that you also presumably agree.
Having parliamentary democracy. We haven't changed to presidential form of democracy. And I remember way back in 80...
Yeah, but there are doubts over Rahul Gandhi's ability to lead as the Prime Minister within the UPA ranks.
He has made it abundantly clear, Arnab. He has said that we are going to elect MPs and MPs will then elect the Prime Minister. That's how things are done in our
That's a theoretical line. It makes no difference. That's a theoretical line. That's a theoretical line. Look how you dodged the question. Look, Mr. Kesavan, your ally dodged the question on leadership.
Presidential form of democracy.
But the issue you can't dodge is this. You talk about leadership and come back to Rahul Ji.
Oh, come on,
today,
we haven't changed.
The way the BJP and
parliamentary democracy and we don't want presidential form of democracy. How come we are here to talk about personality cult? This is dangerous not only for the BJP but for the entire country.
No, what is dangerous? What is dangerous? Sharad Pawar said, Pavan Verma, Sharad Pawar said on December 9th, Sharad Pawar said people need strong, decisive and result-oriented leaders. They do not want...
One individual and they have...
Sharad Pawar said people do not want weak leaders. Who was he talking about? Who was he talking about? Sharad Pawar said, Pavan Verma, people do not want weak leaders. People want decisive leaders. Who are the weak leaders he was talking about?
No, Arnab, once again, I must join Mr. Mehboob Beg by saying that a question must be asked to Sharad Pawar. But I want to make a comment on weak and strong leaders. Obviously, the country doesn't want weak leaders. But obviously, the country wants to define what is meant by a strong leader. A strong leader who rides roughshod over democratic niceties, who builds a personality cult around himself, who has a will to power irrespective of what the consequences are for the nation, is not the kind of strong leader we want. We want a focused, decisive, democratic, secular leader in this country. So this debate, it cannot be talked about in abstract.
Like Nitish Kumar.
Now the other question I want to ask, I didn't name him, Arnab, you did. The second question I want to ask is, what are we debating today? Are we still talking about what happened between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, or has the subject changed?
Well, we move, 1 second, we can debate that. If you have a point of view on it, you can certainly express your point of view on it, because I think what has happened today is not divorced from the fact that today the national elections were announced. However, I do not want to spend the entire time on the Newshour debating that, because these hooligans do not deserve more than required time even on the national media, and I want to underline that fact. No, I wanted to underline that fact that we are discussing leadership today. And look here, Pavan Verma, an excellent debater like you, a person gifted with words, very carefully ducks the question on whether you think Rahul Gandhi is a strong leader. I asked two people, one an existing UPA ally and one a potential UPA ally, which is the JDU. The question on Rahul Gandhi.
Or have you just missed the bus? Have you just missed the bus, Mr. Pavan Verma, because Lalu has announced his alliance. So your flirtation with the Congress and a secular front, which you were talking about, is that over?
I think the Congress and the RJD have missed the bus, not the JDU. The JDU never made one first move to form an alliance with the Congress party. It looked to the centre for the granting of a special category status for Bihar, for which there are objectively verifiable reasons, and the whole population of Bihar is behind it. That's a separate matter. As regards weak and strong leadership, and you're talking of leadership, let me say to you, what do we choose from? The BJP speaks of a leader who believes that the crusade against corruption is important in this country and then welcomes Yediyurappa in. The Congress leader speaks about a crusade against corruption and joins hands with Lalu Yadav, a person who is leading a party and who has been convicted for corruption and has been jailed and is out on bail. So this country cannot take its voters for a ride anymore. The people of India cannot be treated as dumb dolls to be twitched by anyone who makes a tall claim. The people of India will judge.
Arnab.
Okay, we let that go unrebutted. No, Piyush Goyal raised his hand. Vinod Mehta coming to you. Yeah, Piyush, quickly, and then Vinod Mehta.
Arnab, it's a very sad day that a very esteemed person like Pavan Verma suddenly finds himself rootless, because neither did the party that he tried to defend for so long provide any alternative vision, any idea, any alternative agenda before the nation. Like a tape recorder, they repeat the same story. They are not realizing the popularity that Mr. Narendra Modi is garnering all across the nation, including in his own state of Bihar, where everybody knows, every opinion poll shows that Mr. Nitish Kumar and Mr. Pavan Verma's party is decimated. The people are looking up to Mr. Modi to provide visionary and decisive leadership, and his track record of integrity and honesty, his track record of all-round development, 24 hours power, water in every village. The fact that the roads in that
don't pull out the development record of the BJP again. We know it by heart. The number of times you've repeated it. He wants to respond to you. It's a political debate. He wants to respond to you. Pavan Verma is responding straight to you. You too need to answer questions about the ability of Mr. Narendra Modi to build alliances. You haven't addressed that. You haven't addressed the concerns that the JDU raised. You haven't addressed the fact why Mamta Banerjee, your former ally, has criticized Modi. Well, you haven't answered the question about Mayawati, a former ally in Uttar Pradesh, her position on the BJP and Modi. So don't think you're running home with all the allies yet. Yes, Pavan Verma, quick response. But before that, Vinod Mehta, who's running away with the alliances? Vinod Mehta.
Arnab, I just want to say
Vinod Mehta.
Strong leadership
questions. You can't just ask a question and run away.
And we must
Arnab, give me time to answer.
But can I give a rebut, Arnab? Can I come in with a rebut?
That overwhelming majority of people in this country think Mr. Modi is a strong leader.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't run away from that.
So you think Pavan Verma is running away from that?
Well, that's Pavan Verma's business.
But is he running away from that? It appears to me.
Because you can say that I don't agree with him, I don't like him. But the contemporary reality must be reflected.
Fine. Point is well taken. Arati wanted to come in. Pavan Verma wanted to respond. Pavan Verma, you want to respond first to Piyush Goyal very quickly? Did you go on the wrong foot? Mr. Kesavan raises his hand. The Congress party wants to come in. Yes, Mr. Kesavan.
So Mr. Kesavan, please. Piyush?
I didn't address that.
Can I respond to Piyush?
Here is a man who's been traveling all across the country, who's been working hard.
Mr. Kesavan first.
Let me know, he has captured the imaginations of the youth. I mean, he is really a figure where people look up to, and he has not taken any position for so long. And you have on the other side somebody talking about me, myself, and me. And let me talk about this, purported wave of Mr. Narendra Modi. Please don't forget, Even the Election Commission has written to the Law Ministry about these so-called polls, which the News Express sting exposed to 11 agencies were tweaking figures to show a non-existent wave to be existent. Taking money and trying to, do percentage things and alter the figures. Are these the basis of which you're saying that the whole country is looking towards Narendra Modi? It's a sham. Please don't, don't create this, smoke screen, around the people of India. They're not going to fall for this lie.
No, 1 second. I didn't get the counter. Piyush Goyal, Piyush Goyal.
Arnab, may I please come in?
Arnab. No, Piyush Goyal. Anyway. No, the point is very clear. As I have said to Sanjay Jha the other day. I said to Sanjay Jha and I will repeat it ad nauseam. Because Mr. Kesavan wants to take some comfort.
Please answer that.
Mr. Kesavan wants to take some comfort in the fact that he perhaps thinks that if opinion polls should have put out that the Congress is getting over 200 plus. Just a minute, please. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Kesavan, let me settle it once and for all. Pick up the phone and ask the news channel which you are talking about. Ask them whether in a press conference in front of everyone, they were asked a straightforward question by a reporter that do you have any evidence that there is the slightest bit of what is wrong data in any poll published, telecast on any newspaper, magazine or television channel. And that channel said, no, we have no such proof.
Then why don't you
that ends it. In other words, there is absolutely no proof that any particular opinion poll telecast anywhere on any channel, including this channel or any other channel or any magazine or newspaper was incorrect. The point here is, Mr. Kesavan, now let me draw you back to the real question. The real question is why Sharad Pawar thinks that Rahul Gandhi's leadership is weak. Why does he think so?
Answer my question.
Where are the allies going?
The Election Commission, right?
Where are the allies going? What about the scams?
That they fear this and there are.
What about the medical scam?
You mean to say that the letter of the Election
What about the Augusta Westland scam? What about the Augusta Westland scam?
Why are you digressing?
What about the medical scam?
Arnab. You're talking about leadership.
Why? What about these scams?
About leadership.
No, do these scams matter? Do these scams matter? You are a government which has a scam a day, Mr. Kesavan.
You have Mr.
A government has a scam a day. Rashtrapati Bhavan land is given away for 65 crore rupees.
Why don't you talk about that?
Submarines die. Submariners die because Exide batteries are not provided. Mr. Kesavan, my question to you is very simple. And fundamentally think about this. Do not dodge the question tonight. Tonight, you must explain to us before we let you go.
I'm not going anywhere, I'm here.
Rahul Gandhi stands there and gets garlanded in the pleasant company of Ashok Chavan after saying, I will act against corruption. A man who has been indicted by a report in the other scam, is cozying up once again with your party leader. You tell me, Mr. Kesavan, is this the change you as a young Congress leader were looking for? Is Ashok Chavan the mascot of the change the Congress party was providing?
You are a well-informed person.
Is he? Is he or is he not? Don't obfuscate.
Let me respond. You are a well-informed person. You know what the issue was about. The issue was about whether the land belonged to widows of the Kargil martyrs. It was very clearly said the land belonged to the Maharashtra government. It didn't belong to the widow of the Kargil martyrs. Now a judicial commission is there. It is sub judice.
That's super technical replies. Don't give me super technical replies.
Rahul Gandhi is very
Don't give me super technical replies.
Mr. Kesavan, it's very clear. You have to fight these elections on two issues. One is your performance, and in the performance, the first thing that comes across is the string of scams. Is the string of scams starting from 3WG to 2G.
Please let us, not.
Well, I don't know.
Mr. Kesavan, your track record is a track record of scams. You don't have a leadership to stand up and fight these scams. How do you think you're going to face an electorate of 120 crores?
And I think the people of India are going to judge this.
Yeah, so if you've acted immediately, is Rahul Gandhi getting garlanded by Ashok Chavan? That perception of actually acting on scam-tainted people, is that the image that you want to leave the people of this country with?
It was we who passed the RTI. It was we who pushed and passed the Lokpal bill.
Well, because as they say, because as they say, Mr. Kesavan, you can promise the moon.
Let me make one point.
You can promise the moon.
This is at the crux of my argument. Let me make one point. See, you talk about corruption in 2002 and you faulted us for the ordinances.
No,
you said we couldn't know.
We're taking the discussion forward. I'm taking a short break. The question here is this.
Let me just
pictures. We show the pictures and come on the other side. You can promise the moon. At the end of the day, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And today, Ashok Chavan and Rahul Gandhi cozying together is really the image of the day. I'm back in a couple of minutes. Secularism versus communalism, how much will that matter in the fight for 2014?